Hi and welcome to week 7 of our van life adventures as we try and travel across Europe for 9 months. So if you've watched week 6, you might remember that we had a bit of a breakdown on the Grossglockner High Alpine Road in Austria, which led to us being kind of tailed back down the mountain pass by the Austrian equivalent of the AA, and then us basically limping into a campsite. So, we are staying here for 4 nights, maybe 5, I don't know, depends on when our new knock sensor arrives, which we are getting delivered here. So today we're starting off really boring. It has just been a laundry day. We've not done much at all, but we need to do laundry, so that's pretty much day 1. We've had thunderstorm and rain showers, so not really being able to get out and do much, but we have had some wonderful sitting outside time, trying to enjoy the sun while it lasts, because the next week is meant to be a bit minging weather-wise, so there might not be many updates. This video might end up being a bit boring. You'll be able to tell by how long the duration is. But other than that, I'll leave you get on to the rest of the video. We are still at the campsite. I think I recorded that on the Saturday. We are on the Tuesday. We are still at the campsite waiting for our knock sensor, which is meant to now be arriving tomorrow. It was meant to arrive today. So yeah, we're a wee bit bored because, as you might be able to see out the window behind me, the weather is dreadful. It has been raining pretty much like non-stop, so we have just been sequestered in the van since was it like Friday night? Yeah, it was Friday. So yeah, week 7 is off to a very boring start, but we are hoping that the sensor arrives tomorrow and that we can get it fitted. We can do a DPF reset, we can go food shopping, and we can go off to Italy for a few days. Yeah, so week 7, very boring. That's like 3 days coverage right there for you. We've done nothing. We did a brief walk. That was it. We've been in the van ever since. So we have just been for a wonderful candlelit dinner of pizzas in our joggers and Crocs. So yeah, this is exactly what I went wearing. My sparkly Crocs. And then here's Hayden. Modelling his, oh no, I think got a raindrop on my camera.
Oh no.
Joggers and Crocs. And a mucky floor. And we're just going to take Lucy for a walk around a campsite with vodkas in hand, because why the not? Promise we're not lushes, but we are celebrating 6 years together, so any excuse really. So Hayden made a valiant effort to replace the knock sensor, but the bolt for it was...
It defeated me.
It defeated him. It was pretty tightly on there. So we are now at the Porsche Zelamsi VW garage, which makes no sense. Why is it Porsche and VW? There we go. And they are going to replace it for us. So yeah, fingers crossed that will fix all its issues. So we got the new knock sensor. The old one doesn't look too dirty, which obviously we think means that it's an electrical issue rather than a DPF issue really. So hopefully the DPF will regenerate on our drive, but we have just had to go back to the garage because we got like 5 minutes down the road and there was just like constant like knocking noise, like a boom 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 boom. It turns out all the lug nuts on my tyre here were loose. Then got another 2 minutes down the road, they were loose again after having to tighten them. So yeah, went back and they've checked and they've torqued up, and just have to cross our fingers and
Hope not to die.
hope not to die. Hope not to see the wheel bouncing down the road. So we have found our expensive campsite and we are enjoying a rainy Landvenugen, which was actually quite nice. It did have the little farm shop, and I'm now obsessed with chocolate covered pumpkin seeds. But yeah, just enjoying the fact that we managed to make it down the road. I mean, not a great day for Hayden's chest pains, but not a bad day in terms of like spend. I mean, it costs like €68 to get a new knock sensor fitted, which is pretty good, better than I thought it would be. Yeah, fingers crossed, everything crossed that we don't have any more issues as we head into Verona tomorrow. We're in Italy now, making our way down to Verona, where we'll stay for 2 nights, and then we'll be heading across to Venice. We have just experienced some wonderful Italian driving on the toll road, where a lorry decided to move across lanes with little warning. And with little consideration for anyone else who was there, which did mean that we put the brakes to the test. And then now, our table and Hayden's Crocs in a step are up at the front of the van with us. And that was pretty much the end of week 7. We got to Verona, where I got eaten alive by mosquitoes, which you can probably hear more about in week 8's video. But on to the fun of expenses. So, food shopping. We spent €122.95. Campsite, €378.40. Eating out, €54.30. Spent $14.50 on laundry, $38.58 on fuel, €2.50 on souvenirs, $68.94 on van/mechanical stuff, and then $26.50 on tolls, which brings us to the slightly less horrific total compared to last week of €706.67. So that's it, that's week 7. So see you in week 8.